Welcome to your General Hospital destination. Shocking betrayals, explosive secrets, and unforgettable twists await in Port Charles. Subscribe now and join the drama. What strikes me most is how quickly things escalated on Spoon Island. Jocelyn being held there with Liesl is the kind of danger that reminds me of the old days, when the show never hesitated to put its younger characters through real fire. I have always admired Jocelyn's growth. She is no longer that impulsive teenager I watched years ago. She has become clever, brave, and surprisingly resourceful. When I saw her handling the situation with Cullum, I felt genuinely proud, almost as if she were one of my own granddaughters finding her strength. Yet the arrival of Z changes everything in ways I never expected. I was stunned when the truth started to surface. Z is not just the cunning head of the WSB that Valentine went to meet. The way Carly reacted when she first laid eyes on him told me there was a deep history there, the kind that shakes a woman to her core. After all these decades of watching Carly fight for her family, seeing her visibly shocked by Z's presence brought back memories of her younger, more vulnerable days. I have always believed Carly's past holds many secrets, but discovering that Z was once her husband feels like one of the most explosive revelations in recent years. It explains so much about the tension and the way she is determined to pull Jocelyn out of this dangerous world. Even more surprising is the possibility that Z is actually Jocelyn's father. I sat there thinking about all the years Carly raised her daughter, the struggles, the love, and the fierce protection she has shown. If Z truly is her biological father, it reframes so many moments in Jocelyn's life. I keep asking myself how this will affect the bond between mother and daughter. Will Jocelyn feel betrayed, or will she see it as a chance to understand a missing piece of her identity? I lean toward the hopeful side. Families in Port Charles have survived far worse surprises, and I believe this one could ultimately bring them closer if they navigate it with honesty. Valentine played a key role in bringing Z into the current chaos. He left Port Charles to warn Z about Cullum being a double agent, and now Z is here making decisive moves. I have always found Valentine complex and charming in his own way, yet his return to town may not be welcomed by Carly. She has enough on her plate without revisiting old wounds. The preview scenes showing Carly confronting Z about Jocelyn's future had my heart racing. She wants her daughter released from any blood oath or commitment to the WSB, but I suspect Z will not make it easy. After all, if he is her father, he may feel he has a say in protecting her too, even if his methods differ greatly from Carly's. One thing I have learned from watching this show for so long is that every major revelation brings both pain and unexpected opportunities. The idea of a possible romance blooming between Jocelyn and Z, or at least a deep connection, now carries an entirely different weight. If he is her father, that budding interest takes on a completely different meaning. I find myself wondering how the writers will handle this delicate line. They have surprised me before with sensitive storytelling, and I trust they will treat this with care. Jocelyn has impressed Z with her intelligence and courage, and that respect could grow into something meaningful once the truth settles. I also keep thinking about Liesl's role in all this. She and Jocelyn trapped together creates such a wonderful dynamic. Liesl's experience and sharp mind combined with Jocelyn's youthful energy might be exactly what they need to neutralize the threat from Cullum. I can already picture them working as a team, and it makes me smile. These kinds of unlikely alliances have always been one of the joys of General Hospital. They remind us that even in the darkest moments, characters can find strength in each other. Carly handling things on her own shows her growth too. She is no longer the impulsive young woman who rushed into every fight. She has become a mother who calculates every move to protect her child. Yet this situation with Z is testing her in new ways. The possibility of a love triangle, even a complicated one involving past marriage, adds another layer of drama that keeps me glued to the screen. I do not think Carly will easily forgive the years of absence if Z truly is Jocelyn's father, but I also know her heart has always been capable of surprising forgiveness when family is involved. Looking ahead, I am filled with anticipation for the coming episodes. Will Valentine's return complicate things further? Or will he become an unexpected ally? How will Jocelyn react when the full truth about Z comes out? These questions keep me excited rather than worried. The show has always balanced heartbreak with hope, and I believe this storyline will do the same. The writers are taking risks by revealing such a monumental family secret, and I applaud them for it. It feels fresh and bold, while still honoring the long history of these characters. What I love most about this current arc is how it forces us longtime viewers to reconsider what we thought we knew. I have my theories, some of which may prove completely wrong, but that is part of the fun. Perhaps Z's return will finally give Carly a chance to close an old chapter while opening new doors for Jocelyn. Or maybe it will create the kind of storm that reshapes relationships across Port Charles. Either way, I am here for every moment. The summer previews have been particularly intense, promising more confrontations, revelations, and emotional scenes. I find myself counting the days until the next episode. For those of us who have followed these characters through marriages, losses, victories, and endless twists, this feels like classic General Hospital at its most compelling. It reminds me why I fell in love with the show all those decades ago. The characters feel like family, and their stories matter. I encourage every fan to watch closely because the layers are unfolding beautifully. Carly's shock, Jocelyn's bravery, Z's hidden past, and Valentine's maneuvers all weave together into something truly special. I may not agree with every choice a character makes, but I understand their hearts, and that understanding keeps me invested. There is real heat in these upcoming stories, the kind that makes Monday through Friday something to look forward to. As a mother myself, I have always admired Carly's fierce determination to protect her children. Now she finds herself facing a past she probably thought was long buried. The possibility that Z and Carly could rekindle some kind of relationship, even becoming a couple again after all these years, changes everything in the most unexpected ways. I have seen Carly evolve through many romances, but this one carries a different kind of weight. There is history, pain, and perhaps unfinished business between them. If they do move toward each other, it will create all sorts of new troubles, especially with Jocelyn caught in the middle. I keep wondering whether this reconnection would heal old wounds or open fresh ones. In my experience watching the show, love in Port Charles is rarely simple, and this pairing feels destined to bring both passion and chaos. Jocelyn has grown so much lately. Her courage on Spoon Island, working alongside Liesl while facing the threat from Cullum, shows real maturity. Yet learning that Z might be her father and that her mother could be drawn back to him romantically is going to hit her hard. I picture her feeling betrayed, confused, and perhaps even a little hopeful all at once. That mix of emotions is what makes these stories so relatable. I have always believed Jocelyn has the strength to handle difficult truths, but this one will test her in ways she has never been tested before. Will she accept Z into her life, or will the shock push her further away from both her parents? These are the questions that keep me coming back episode after episode. Valentine's role in all of this adds another fascinating dimension. He was the one who brought Z into the current conflict by revealing Cullum as a double agent. Now it seems Valentine has his own new adjustments to make, and they are pushing the entire situation even further into dangerous territory. I have always found Valentine to be one of the most intriguing men in Port Charles. He is clever, charming, and often driven by his own complicated sense of loyalty. Whatever new development he is facing, it feels like it will force everyone's hand and escalate the drama. Perhaps he will find himself caught between old alliances and new realities. His return to town could either help resolve the tension or complicate Carly's decisions even more. I suspect his presence will not make things easier for anyone, especially if he still harbors feelings or ambitions of his own. The idea of Z and Carly exploring a renewed relationship excites me as much as it worries me. On one hand, it could give Carly a chance at happiness with someone who truly understands her complicated past. On the other, it risks tearing apart the fragile stability she has built for Jocelyn. I have seen many couples reunite on this show over the years, and some of those stories became legendary. This one has the potential to be just as memorable if handled with care. The chemistry between them, mixed with the shock of hidden truths, creates a kind of emotional heat that is hard to ignore. I find myself rooting for them, even while knowing the road ahead will be rocky. At the same time, I cannot stop thinking about how this affects the larger WSB storyline. Z is a formidable leader, and his personal connection to Carly and Jocelyn will undoubtedly influence his decisions regarding Cullum and the organization's operations. Jocelyn has already impressed him with her intelligence and bravery. If she is his daughter, that admiration takes on an even deeper meaning. She might find herself pulled deeper into that world, or perhaps Z will do everything in his power to shield her from it. Either path offers rich storytelling possibilities, and I trust the writers to choose the one that serves the characters best. Liesl continues to be a wonderful presence in this arc. Her partnership with Jocelyn feels both unlikely and perfect. I hope they find a way to turn the tables on Cullum together. Those moments of teamwork often provide some of the best entertainment on the show. They balance the heavier emotional scenes with clever strategy and dark humor that I have come to love over the years. As I look ahead, I feel a wonderful sense of anticipation. The summer episodes promise to deliver more shocking confrontations, heartfelt conversations, and surprising alliances. Will Jocelyn be able to forgive the secrets that have been kept from her? Can Carly and Z build something real without letting the past destroy their future? How will Valentine's new adjustments shift the balance of power? These questions make each day feel exciting rather than overwhelming. I have learned, after all these decades, that General Hospital excels at turning personal crises into opportunities for growth and deeper connections.